Okay, Matt, then over to you.
10% off, you guys.
Thank you. I'll just share my screen.
No worries, sorry, I said you had the whole.
Sorry I'm late. I went to accommodate.
Okay, can everyone see my screen okay and hear me okay?
Yep, that's perfect. From in the room.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'm aware we're a bit of a double team to start with, so hopefully I'll keep to time and I'll hand you over to my colleague. But yeah, firstly, hi everyone. Thanks for the invitation. Great to be speaking with you tonight. My name is Matt Lewis. I'm the Membership and Policy Manager for Circular Communities Scotland. And I'm here to kick things off to give you an introduction to the work of our organisation and the work of our membership network. And my colleague Jane will come in after me and will introduce herself and her work after me. So that's us. Okay. I always like to just kick off with a theory slide. Hopefully, many of you, if not all of you, will have heard of the principle of the waste hierarchy. We talk about the waste hierarchy a lot. The point I wanted to make with you is that for us, the waste hierarchy for us is all about the value of the things at the very top of the hierarchy, refusing, reusing, repairing. Things at the very top are what we're interested in and what our members are most interested in. And if you notice, you have the traditional waste management sector working with landfill, waste to energy and recycling services at the bottom of the waste hierarchy. But we and our members don't consider ourselves to be part of the waste management sector. We're about resources. We're about reuse and repair. Close to the principles of circularity. And for us, the fundamental principle is to keep stuff and materials and items in use for as long as possible and avoid waste in the first place. So that's the theory out of the way. Who are we? This little infographic begins to explain who we are and what we do. We're a charity ourselves. We're a membership network. We have over 250 members at the moment. All are either charities, social enterprises, or smaller voluntary organisations. We've been going for over 20 years now, and it might interest you to know that Circular Community Scotland wasn't our original name. It was actually a Community Recycling Network Scotland, because 20 years ago, that's what the community sector did. We did most of the recycling services in Scotland before the major rollout of council recycling services. But that's all changed. As I say, it's all about reuse and repair these days. Our activities split into two pretty much. Our core member services that we do for and with our members, and it's no surprise to you what those core membership services are. Communications, member events, specific member services, sector representation, which is important to local government, Scottish government, to other stakeholders such as Zero Waste Scotland and the waste industry. That's very important. We run 3 distinct projects that I'm going to speak about 2 of them, and Jane is going to speak about the 3rd. I'm going to speak about our reuse consortium and our bike project, and I'll leave share and repair network to Jane. We really want to tell you about our projects because we are really, really proud of what they're doing. Okay, so who and what and where are our members? This is just a quick snapshot map. It's on our website to show you the distribution of our 250 members. They're embedded up and down Scotland, across all 32 local authorities, cities, rural areas, highlands, islands. There is great reuse and repair work happening all over Scotland, from Stranraer up to Shetland. And hopefully the map of the northeast shows you that there are a good number of members represented here. And if you are looking for a reuse, recycling or repair or sharing project here in the city, Aberdeenshire or wider, maybe into Murray, then we can help signpost you to one. The member map is on our website for anyone to access. We can give you the link later. So what do our members actually do? We survey our members every year, and this infographic begins to explain the themes, the different areas, and the work that they do. And as you can see, there's a huge amount of variety in their work and projects, and many organisations are doing more than one circular project. The largest number there, and the most common project of our members, is reuse retail, or a traditional charity shop. That's where they take in donations of all sorts of furniture from the public or business, and then repair, make good for onward sale to the public, or some of them pass on to people coming out of homelessness, and I'll maybe touch on that in a minute. In terms of themes, textiles and clothes reuse is a big theme for over 50 of our members, and that's incredibly important. Another theme is white goods, fridges, cookers, small electricals, computers. That's another important theme for our reuse and repair projects. There's a few more niche ones. I won't mention the reuse consortium and bikes anymore in a minute. I'll come back to that in a minute, but another few smaller niche ones are education and community learning. We always say that most of our projects do some form of community awareness work, just because what they do, they work with the public. But a small number also do more direct work with schools, colleges, and their communities in terms of raising awareness around the circular economy. So that's really important. There's a small number of wood reuse projects, one of which is in the northeast of Scotland, wood recyclability. There are a small number of zero waste shops as members. That's another growing theme. And you might notice that recycling is still an activity that some of our members do. So there are over 20 projects that say they do some form of recycling service too. The theme that connects all these projects together, though, is the circular economy and keeping items and materials in use for as long as possible. What about our member impact? Member impact is really important. It's part of the annual survey we do. And we measure our members' impact around 4 themes: people, place, planet, and pounds. And we think there are some great numbers across all of those. The data on the left is from our latest 2023 survey. So we know that in terms of people, our members represent over 1,900 staff, over 7,000 volunteers. They cover all 32 local authorities. In terms of planet, the main measurement is measuring reuse and recycling tonnage. That's the traditional way of measuring recycling and reuse. And again, the numbers are significant. We estimate over 27,000 tonnes of reuse by our members, and another 5,000 tonnes of recycling tonnage from our members. The percentage increases you can see are what was the equivalent in the 2022 survey. And collectively, pounds are important. We measure the total turnover reported from our members, and last year that was over 121 million in total turnover. So the final comment about those numbers is many of our members are small local projects or small charities, but when you collate all of their figures like this, you really see the collective impact of the sector is incredibly significant. And that's the story we tell the government, Zero Waste Scotland, local authorities, and other stakeholders. It's a powerful story. I quickly want to cover our reuse consortium. We are really pleased about the reuse consortium. It's our first standalone project and our most successful one to date. Essentially, 13 of our largest reuse furniture projects are supplying quality reuse furniture to 8 local authorities and 1 housing association in Scotland. And I'm pleased to say both Aberdeen City and Shire are 2 of those local authorities. And 2 of those local furniture projects are Instant Neighbour here in Aberdeen City and Stella's Voice up in Peterhead. So we think it's a win-win for local authorities in terms of financially saving money, but also generating income for our furniture reuse projects. The quality of the items is very important. Although it's reuse furniture, the furniture supplied meets a quality standard that is called the Revolve standard, which essentially means that the reuse furniture is of equivalent quality standard to new furniture, and often sometimes better quality than some of the cheaper new furniture that is supplied to some local authorities. It's trading over £1 million cumulative trading as of last year. We're just really pleased with it. It has social benefits, environmental benefits, and financial benefits for all concerned. And we hope to do more reuse consortium work in other local authorities going forward. The second project I wanted to mention was our bike project. We call it our Affordable Access to Bikes project. It's a couple of years old now, and this is more focused support for round about 30 bike reuse projects in Scotland. And it's about helping those independent bike projects to access good quality reuse bike donations from the public and other places, to give them the skills to help repair and refurbish those bikes and make them good for either onward sale to the public or loan them out to the public or to customers. And again, the quality of reuse bikes is important to us, and that's something that the members are really getting better at in terms of repair skills. It's also about social impact, providing affordable bikes to more and more people. Some of the projects give free bikes away as well. They're funded to do that. And some of the bike projects offer volunteer and training opportunities to local people. It's very much a growing sector, both in economic terms and in economic terms. And the other growing part of it is electric bikes. Some of the projects are being involved in electric bike donation and repair. It's slightly difficult or slightly more challenging than a regular push bike, but they are looking to do more work in the e-bike market. So we really like our bike projects. And there's a couple of pictures you can see on screen. You've got the bikery in Bankery, and also the Northeast Scotland bike project is something that is relatively new. The Northeast Cycle Hub project is a new project that is going to be involving the bikery, Stella's Voice up in Peterhead, and also bringing in another project up from Angus, the Angus Cycle Hub project. So that's really great to see connected bike projects happening, and we can maybe answer some more questions about bikes in a second. I think I'm going to hand over to my colleague Jane now for our third project, our share and repair project. So if I stop sharing my screen, Jane, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Matt. So, yeah, I'm Jane Dixon. I am the coordinator of the Share and Repair Network, which is the third project of the third standalone project of Circular Community Scotland. So first off, I'm going to technically, hopefully, try playing you 2 really short videos, which are we had made as part of the project. One showing what sharing library is, and one showing what a repair cafe is. So if I just let's see if this allows me, right? Okay, can you hear that? Just that little bit. Perfect. Okay, so I'll go back to the beginning. Here we go.
Did you know at a sharing library you can borrow things instead of books? It's handy to borrow things as and when you need them. That could be a big investment or would take up space in your home, like a drill, a sewing machine, a pizza oven, a board game, or even a saxophone. Sharing libraries typically charge an affordable annual membership fee, but most offer free or discounted options depending on your budget. By using a sharing library, you could save money, free up your storage space, borrow some amazing items, and reduce your environmental footprint all at once. Find your local sharing library at shareandrepair.scot.
Okay, so that was. Oh. Okay, let me just. Oops. Okay, so I will try that with the next one. Let's go.
Do you have something broken that you'd like to get fixed? Repair cafes are community events that happen all over Scotland, run by local charities and social enterprises. There, volunteers can help and teach you how to fix your broken things. From small electricals like lamps or toasters, clothes and jewellery, to mobiles and other devices. If you can carry it to your local repair cafe, they'll help you try and fix it. Repair cafes are a great way to save money and help the planet. You can also have a cup of tea, meet people from your local community, and see repairing in action. All repaired items are checked for safety before you take them home. Most repair cafes are free, but donations are always welcome. Find your local repair cafe at www.shareandrepair.scot.
Okay, so I hope that was helpful in terms of defining what share and repair projects are. I'm just going to move on to the presentation now. So I will, again, not very slick, but I will do some screen sharing. And hopefully that now works. Okay. So the Share and Repair Network is it's beginning of April now, so we're just entering our third year. We were established as a response to COP26, actually. It was a Scottish Government initiative or initial target that they wanted to encourage these type of projects. They are deemed to be a good thing. They are a good thing. They're fantastic. So we're funded by Zero Waste Scotland and Scottish Government to support projects, to support existing projects, and to try and encourage new projects across Scotland. So ultimately, our target is to have 100 active projects up and running by the end of March next year. This slide says there are currently 65. Actually, I should have updated it. There are now 66. And as I say, so it's sharing projects, as you saw in the video. It's typically tool libraries, but people have set up projects that share all different sorts of things, from musical instruments to nappies to board games. Anything that you don't have to buy new. We've got a huge variety of projects underway. And share and repair projects, as you saw, it's all about fixing things to stop them from going into landfill. We have quite a lot of projects that follow the traditional repair cafe format, but we do have some that perhaps specialise in one particular type of repair, whether that's electrical repair or IT or garments and clothing. So how do we go about supporting these projects? As a network, we have created 2 setup guides, which are really comprehensive reference documents for anybody who's wanting to set up this type of project. And the guides contain information that we have resourced from lots of different organisations who are specialists. So there are existing projects who have been running for a long time in Scotland, across the UK and across Europe. And also specialist advice from, example, Zero Waste Scotland with their Revolve certification and that sort of information. We run training events and networking. We provide one-to-one development support. And obviously, as Matt was talking about with Circular Community Scotland, we provide representation for their sector. And yeah, so how is share and repair part of the solution of the problem of climate change, and as we're moving towards a circular economy and we're moving towards net zero? So the really fantastic thing about share and repair projects is they are incredibly positive. I think we're all aware that people find it very frustrating to have to chuck stuff away, and it's a really positive to be able to give people an option to either borrow something rather than buy something new, or to get something repaired that otherwise would have been thrown away. It's really positive. It's a great way of engaging people at a community level. And we have three outcomes that we talk about. First is environmental. Obviously, we're saving things from landfill. The second is financial. So our projects really clearly save people money. If you're borrowing something or you're mending something, it means you are not having to lay out financially. And this is a really big benefit of the projects. And the third is the social benefit. So a lot of these projects are largely or almost entirely run by volunteers. And they're also very much rooted in their communities. So people find them just being involved either as a volunteer or as a participant, they're really positive projects to be involved in. So that's all that I'm going to say for now about the Share and Repair Network. That's the details of who we are. And I think, hopefully, I should have I stopped sharing? Yes.
Yes. Okay, we can stop recording. Is that the recording stop?